Austin, as you were just saying, we're trying to bring joy and merriment to the people, but don't underestimate how much the people want to enrich their own sense of fulfillment by seeing you suffer. Share away, like just let them know how much of a fucking dog shit universe you're living in right now.
It's kind of funny you bring that up. So, okay, for the listener, before I hit record, I was telling these two goons that I've been having kind of a bad day, and I was like, I don't want to get into it. We're here to bring merriment to the people. Um, Now, I used to actually have the opposite philosophy. I kind of had this laissez-faire, anything goes when we were on mic, and I don't know if you remember the episode, but there was one episode where I was talking about someone in my life who I wanted to kill with an ice pick, and I was describing in graphic detail the way I wanted to plunge the ice pick into their skull. And afterwards, when I was editing the pod and listening back to it, I was like, "This is not a fucking good look," and I cut it out, and that kind of changed my whole perspective on the podcast moving forward. So,
Oh, wait, why? How does it change it?
oh, I want to be I don't want to be the sad clown.
Oh, I see. I
So,
that makes
so you,
sense. But
you,
I think like everything goes in the pod, and then you just edit it down to what is actually good.
but Austin,
Well, yeah, but the point is that sorry, go ahead.
to clarify, you thought it was a bad look to say that you would to say in detail how you wanted to murder somebody with an ice pick, not because you believe it's a bad look for you to seem that aggressive and careless towards other people's well-being, but because it seemed like wallowing in your own misery, and so it was more of a bad look reflecting on you than anything to do with the person you were saying you wanted to kill with an ice pick.
Yeah, I'll kill them with an ice pick. You put an ice pick in my hand, I'll fucking drive it into their skull. No remorse. But I'm
Let's
not
go.
going to talk about it on my
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
There's no
I'm
issue with
not
the morality of the subject matter. It's more just about the comedic stylings, and it's more of a stylistic
exactly,
choice.
exactly.
Yeah.
A true
Do
Sigma
you
male wouldn't
think?
waste their time murdering
Uh,
someone with an ice pick.
oh, never mind. you know.
Gotta say, serial killers, I mean, they've got some real steez. Like, you can be just some random guy who loses control one day and kill somebody. Oh, cool, great. But like to have a modus operandi and it's kind of cool. It's a little elegant, and I don't think we should lie to ourselves and pretend that I'm being weird.
No,
Who's your
they're all like,
favorite?
Who's my favorite serial killer?
Y-
I mean, Zodiac is kind of a legend.
You think it's Ted Cruz?
Well, one of the I'm part of the cruise crew, so it would be poor form for me to comment on that.
William, where are you posted up right now? You in the bathroom somewhere?
if it were
I just took a shit.
Oh, nice. Are
Yeah.
you in your new living quarters?
Yeah,
Nice. Looks nice.
it
that
is.
that that like description of serial killers that you just offered, I think it's safe to say that's kind of an image that exists in popular culture and the
Yeah. Yeah.
popular imagination, like the Hannibal Lecter, cold,
Yes, bro.
calculating beast of prey type. But it's kind of humorous that when you actually read about them, they're really just like low IQ people with no impulse control.
But I mean, maybe some of them, but there are some that maybe they are. I don't know. I guess you don't think there are any that are kind of like cool.
Oh no, I'm sure there are. I mean, I think Ted Bundy kind of fit the bill from
What was his
what I
old?
know.
What did he get up to?
He was just known as a charmer and very charismatic and
Just
manipulative.
a pimp.
Yeah,
He's the one that Zac
exactly.
Efron played, right?
What?
He played Jeff D, I think.
No, no, no. You guys are thinking Ross Lynch.
No, Zac Efron didn't play some random irrelevant fuck called Ross Lynch. I think he played
Ro
Jeffrey Dahmer, and I think I'm right.
Ross Lynch played
Oh,
Jeffrey
you're
Dahmer. Zac Efron looks nothing like Jeffrey Dahmer. I don't even know how you
Zac
got that
Efron didn't.
impression.
He
are
wasn't in
you
a movie
sure?
called Extremely Vile, Incredibly whatever the fuck, and
No, no,
something
no, no.
together.
Curly was right. Zac Efron played Ted Bundy in a movie. I
Oh
didn't know
fuck.
that.
I gotta hurl myself
Boom.
off something
Let's
tall.
go.
Okay, let the record
Let's
show.
fucking go.
Let the record show. Let the record show. Curly's opinion doesn't matter, and Austin also didn't know, so I'm in the clear.
That's actually a huge dub for me on the podcast. I'm glad we got
Go
that on
fuck yourself.
record.
Go fuck
You've
yourself.
had a lot of you've had a lot of dubs recently. You're on a winning streak with us.
I am on a
Okay, you know
streak.
what? I might not have brought it up if it hadn't coalesced in this way, but you two are getting too chummy for my liking. Austin, you used to be my friend, and now you're being friends with him. This
Nah,
shit's got to stop.
we have blood ties. Austin and
It's
I,
true.
we're always the original duo.
Hey, wait till I
Yeah.
get into the other room to say my response to that. One sec.
We're Mario and Luigi. You're Yoshi.
Bro, never say that
I see
again.
that actually. Yeah, I
Never
do see
say
that.
anything even kind of like that. Hang
Dude,
on.
this bro is so Yoshi. Oh my gosh.
You're pretty
Can I
Yoshi
can
coded.
I can
If
I
not, it
respond? You
actually
you were
not
saying that
Birdo.
you guys were saying you had a blood tie. Cum is thicker than blood. All right.
Oh, he's got you there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Guys, I'm gonna get us going on blunderous boat moments. Okay.
Okay.
Boat moments. Oh
Uh,
shit. Okay.
I was gonna say, what would you get? What would your guys' serial killer MO be if you were to be a serial killer?
Good question.
I would do like a Zorro, like carve my initials into the wall, but I would just draw a dick with a sword or something.
And who are you targeting? What's your target demo?
Um,
Your landlord.
you know what? You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, just one person. Oh, actually, maybe no, this isn't cool to say, but just landlords generally. I feel like that would
That's
be a
not cool to
Luigi
say.
Mangione. That would be like a Luigi Mangione situation where you get all the social favor if you did that. People would be like, it's
Yeah,
good that this vigilante is going around killing all these
but
people.
which people? You know, like if you think of your average Luigi Mangione fan, how much does their praise really mean? And
That's
also,
true.
long before Luigi Mangione, you're basically just talking IRA. You're just talking Irish people. That's what they would do for fun is kill landlords.
Mm, that's a big part of Irish
I would
culture.
you know what I
Yes.
would do? My MO?
What?
I would put on a raincoat and I'd be like, "Do you like Walter Van Brunt? His early work was a little too traditional jazz for my taste, but when At the 10 Cent Movie Show came out in '38, I think he really came into his own commercially and artistically."
I see two people in the sink tube, me included, and that's starting to make me angry and make me want to do violent things to my own penis.
Oh, sorry, I didn't even notice you sent the link. Shit.
Yeah,
Austin, you're way off
that's
your
called a
game
lack
today.
of professionalism.
What's going on
Oh,
I
with you,
oh
know.
bud?
no,
No,
oh no,
it's real
he's
bad.
having a really bad day. Sorry, Austin, that was unnecessarily cruel.
Yeah, are you gonna tell us about it or
No,
no?
I mean you're right. I'm like way too sensitive about this shit. Like one thing goes wrong and I'm just off my mojo goes out the window for the day.
Oh, fuck. Did you
Well,
see that one?
I'm not watching the video. I have the video unpaused.
Oh, really?
I'm watching it
Yeah.
right now.
Oh, what the
Oh
fuck?
shit. Are you talking about the guy who fucking got his nuts hit on the
Yes.
railing of the boat?
Ooh,
Oh,
I see the
yeah.
guy
Yeah, that did
whacking
not
his
look
face on
pleasant.
the side of the boat. Steelo's looking especially Kanye-esque today.
All right. Anyway, we gotta, Austin, you gotta spill the beans. What's going on with you? All right. We're talking too much about it. We gotta know what's going on now.
Okay. It's going to be totally underwhelming. So, I got up later than I wanted. So that kind of like took took out that
Ooh,
was like
bum.
lost productivity time. Then I went to play tennis and 20 minutes in it started pouring rain and so that got cut short. And that was like the first 3 to 4 hours of my day, which are peak productivity time, just like completely gone to waste. And then I came back here, showered, and now we're podcasting. So like
Oh,
nothing, like I just had a nothing day. I don't, but that's the
Honestly,
thing.
though,
I don't like to waste time. I do not like to waste
bro,
time.
you would be a really good serial killer, first of all. Second of all, I kind of admire the strictness of the routine. I could do with a bit of that myself.
Yeah, I mean it's the only way uh, I can feel happy is like when I'm
Oh, I can
on
make you feel happy.
on the dot every day. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
yeah,
I was once I was once in a okay, um entirely necessary flex here. I was in a college level Chinese class before I started high school. Summer before freshman year of high school, I was taking a college class in Chinese because I'm special. Other people they aren't like me, they're not as good as me, and they can't be. 'Cause it's an innate thing. There's something really special about me. And I was in this
dude.
class.
Unironically. unironically.
I was in this class, and there were a lot of dickheads in that class, and it was like a public university in Boston, recipe for disaster. I like this is going to be a story about some of my classmates, a very brief story, but I at the time, just a little side note, was simping for a girl I had met probably through Omegle and then was talking to over Kick and was maybe talking to sometimes over Skype. And I had
Through
written,
Omegle? Whoa. You met a girl through Omegle?
yeah, it went like this. Reload chat. It was a guy trying to find another guy trying to find a girl. Repeat that 74 times. Maybe run into a girl. One out of every 10 times that happened, the girl would be of age, and you would say, "Hi, I'm William," and they would say their name, and you'd say, "That's such a pretty name, beautiful name, whatever." And then you try to
I'm
get their kick, and then you keep talking to them. But anyway,
I'm
I wrote a
shocked you have any success with that.
it was very little success, and it did not make me feel good. But I was bored,
Are
and I
you
was
to this day?
anyway.
Are you? Is it at all ambiguous that this was even a girl
No, I mean,
of
I
your
would speak
age?
to her on Skype. The effort that it would have taken to deep fake what I was seeing as evidence of her femininity would have been completely out of proportion to the significance of the interactions I was
Holy
having with
shit!
her.
This guy has done research on the technology to to
Anyway,
make sure
He
just
was
real.
for sure
just to
talking to like a 54-year-old Brazilian dude.
well, no, here's the thing. I I had seen pictures of her. We'd spoken over video chat, I think, at some point. I had written a poem about. Oh wait, no, it wasn't about her. I had written a poem about a girl who I had a crush on in driver's ed. That was the age I was at. And at one point, I was on a video call. Did you guys see that ridiculousness clip of the guy just getting naked during the dance festival?
I thought that was like a male stripper show.
Well, that guy's
Was I
definitely not a male
wrong?
stripper.
Oh yeah,
No, that's
yeah.
just
No,
like
you're
a
right. That's just.
civil gathering. I think they were filming a TV show. I don't know, whatever the fuck. Anyway, more important, back to my life story, the only story that matters.
Oh, we've got
I
to.
I wrote a poem about a girl I had a crush on in driver's ed, and I shared that poem with this girl that I had met online, and then I was Skyping with this girl that I met online, and I heard a friend of hers in the background be like, is that the guy who wrote the poem about the freckles and then laugh about it? And anyway, so
Ooh.
that's the level that I was operating on. But I was in this Chinese
Damn.
class, yeah, and I was in this Chinese class, and there were these two people in there, and one was a guy, one was a girl, and
Holy shit.
I. Yeah, I was wondering how that was going to end. Is that a fail, really? He did exactly what he set out to do. Anyway, for the listener, jumped off a boat, big high boat. Who gives a fuck?
This
And
show is so
It
schizophrenic.
was
All right,
yeah,
we gotta focus on one thing at a time here.
okay.
All right, go, William.
Girl and a guy in this class. The guy says something that sets the girl up to say, "Oh, I could make you happy," or something like that. And it was just like broad daylight. She was clearly insinuating that she was going to suck him off at some point. Anyway, that's it.
Hold on.
Nice.
Wait. Repeat that last part.
So they were speaking. He said something about, "I'm not happy. Nothing makes me happy," something
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It
yeah.
wasn't dramatic or anything, but it in some way set her up to say, "I could make you happy." I think it may have even involved something like, "We should meet up after class. I can make you happy," something like that. It was just
So
clearly
this was in
subtext. I'm gonna
class.
suck your dick. Yes, yes,
Damn.
yeah. I beat off in the bathroom there at one point. It wasn't about that. It wasn't about that.
No, that's a good story.
Guys, Stilo's in his clown outfit again. Wait for it to go
Is
back
he
to
really?
Stilo. Wait
Let's
for it.
have a look.
Ready? Look at that fucking guy. He looks like a goddamn clown.
Bro, he's literally wearing clown shoes.
And meanwhile, this is the girl who we once paused the show for touching her you know what's
Yeah, yeah.
when talked about the Pope.
Yeah. Yeah, good memory. I
William,
was
do you remember the kid in our first year in college when we were in um, that dorm, and there was one kid who
Lip.
was notorious for beating off in the public bathrooms there,
I
and like
yeah, well,
Wait, how did
without
they
Bluetooth speaker,
whoa. Yo,
just
how
with
yes.
did
phone
people know
volume.
about Oh,
because he
because
wore flip-flops and you could see, like, if you were in the stall next to him, you could see these flip-flops in his feet. And yes, he would breathe heavily and listen to porn out loud on a low volume and beat off in public bathrooms with other people sitting next to him.
yo, Chad.
That
Yeah.
was a wild time.
Did all the girls on the floor want to fuck him?
I wonder if any of the girls heard about that. Probably not, right?
I think most likely the videos we were hearing and mistaking for porn were really videos that the girls had sent him to try to like make themselves candidates for his uh, progeny. Holy shit, this guy's
Definitely
getting
not.
attacked by
When
monkeys.
William, when I met you, the
Hmm.
first time I met you, I was visiting you and Curly at your college, and
Hmm.
I thought you were autistic the first time
What was I
that we
doing that led you
crossed
to believe
paths.
that?
Well, you probably don't even remember it because the first time I went to visit, you and I didn't talk at all. I was actually mostly talking to, I don't know what you were up to that weekend. You were just kind of AWOL, but um, I passed you in a hallway or a stairwell or something.
Stairwell.
Yeah, and Curly was like, "Oh, hey, this is my cousin Austin. This is William." And I was like, "Hey, what's up, man?" And you just had that like autistic look in your eyes, and
The
like
thousand
like
toothpick stare.
yeah, exactly. You kind of like looked through me, if that makes sense, or like over my head, and just kind of like
Huh.
mumbled this
Well,
greeting and
you know what it
kept
might have
shuffling.
been. You know what it might have been. You had dyed your hair blonde. I may have just been taking in the blonde hair dye job.
You might have had black hair at this point.
I
No,
think it was black.
your hair was dyed in some way.
William was probably being an actor and probably not forgetting his lines, if you get my drift.
They
Yeah.
never do.
That was probably what was going on there.
Actors never forget their lines. Oh, that's sad.
Anyway, do you guys want to get cracking on DyrdekAnon Phase 2?
Yes, we've got
Yeah,
that doc, right?
Yeah, I've shared it with you guys. But to start, I think I'll update the listener on how that first thread we posted last week is going. So let me just pull that up.
What is the title of that document?
It's just called DyrdekAnon.
I'm just looking in the wrong place. There it is. Yeah, we got a handful of replies, none of which indicate any suspicion, and like last time I checked, coming up on 40 upvotes.
damn, bro.
Silly.
Yeah, and for the listener, hold on. Fuck me. I can't remember my Reddit login. Oh gosh, hold on.
Top
Um,
comment is WTF dot dot dot.
That was me. It's right at the top of the r/ridiculousness thing. It's not a very active subreddit, I suppose. And
Thanks.
no, it's not.
we're at 40 upvotes and 7 comments. I don't know if any of them are new since I last checked.
Thanks for sharing. Even though I don't know them personally, I feel like Rob and Stilo are genuinely good peeps.
Yeah, that's brain dead central right there. How do you live with yourself after posting something so cringe?
I like it.
So
I think
someone
that's
said I've seen
endearing.
some things
It's
saying
fucking
the
stupid
show
as
was
shit,
canceled
even
in
though
the
you
last
don't know
two
them
weeks. That a bunch
personally.
of I'm surprised that MTV allows some of the stuff like violent punching sequences and people puking.
I'm gonna reply to them and say you should check out this one clip that they aired
Thanks
where
for
it's just
sharing.
a woman stomping on that guy's balls.
I
That
could never
we really
watch
did
that
see that.
show. That
Can you
one
guys
girl's like laughs like a goat. So annoying.
Hilarious that that person who commented, I can never watch that show,
not even
sought
acknowledging
out
it?
the ridiculousness Reddit subreddit. Wait, who's not even acknowledging what?
They're
What?
not. Well, I mean, like people, the person who commented that isn't even acknowledging like the content of the
Oh
post.
yeah, yeah. They're just like, I'm going to start an entirely new conversation.
Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know what I expected from the people on that subreddit.
Yeah, that's and especially undesirable gene pool right there.
It's just the marijuana induced psychosis acting up.
For
Um,
real.
okay, so I need to try and remember my Reddit login. So feel free to start a new strain of conversation while I do that.
Here's a thought, Austin.
No
If you
need to
can't, if you can't, is it
no,
not a
no need to
little
get
inje
into anything too deep. I don't think it'll take too long, but if you guys want to fill the dead air while I
okay,
figure this out, go ahead.
okay, but if you're all done interrupting me, if you can't remember your login, does it not inject a little bit of realism for you to create yet another burner?
I suppose it could, but
But yeah, just a thought, just a thought.
I fear that it could have the opposite effect.
Whatever,
If you can find it, just find it.
you're in control here.
Fuck.
Mm.
Oh, ow, 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 ow.
Oh, did
Oh,
we do
man.
Austin hurt himself? Oh.
He did. And I was gonna tell I was gonna say for the listener, we came up with um two more DyrdekAnon rumors
Oh, right.
to foment and this one I think we could deploy today. When Kane Brown guest starred on the show, he asked for my male coworker's phone number behind the scenes. And then
We're
Rob
trolling so subtly that it barely exists.
I like how we just have to throw Kane Brown into the mix too. We got to continue our beef with him. It's not over, Kane Brown. You're
we
still
do.
in our crosshairs.
And this one we've got to say to the very end, but Rob converted to Islam last year and will make this public after his retirement.
And we
I
need
think
we need we need to pepper in a rumored name that he's going to assume when he converts to Islam.
Rob Al Hadin, I don't know.
I think I was thinking of one you could do is say like Rob has been experimenting with microdosing psychedelics to do the show because he thinks things are getting a bit stale. And then sometimes he pushes the envelope a little too far, and in certain episodes, you can see in his eyes that he's like mid trip.
I like that. I'll have to play it off a little subtle though. I'll be like, I think I notice his eyes are a bit dilated sometime.
Oh, here's one. Here's one. Rob, when he becomes especially displeased with something that someone on the crew has done, he routinely will say something along the lines of, "Oh, you think you could do a better job?" and then goes and sits on the red couch and won't move or speak for I don't know, like a very long time, some shit like that.
All right, I'm still trying to find this fucking login. So what were we talking about before?
I don't know. It's not gonna matter.
I kind of like the vein of the psychedelics thing and making Rob like saying like he's really trying to lean into like him being an entrepreneur type of thing, and he's doing all this weird shit behind the scenes uh, to like make the
He
show
idolizes
better.
Steve Jobs.
He loves Steve Jobs. He takes cold plunges before every show. He's he's paid like thousands for like all of these like hyperbaric oxygen treatment to go on the show and say, "Damn, that was crazy." Or,
Okay, what is the shirt that this one woman is wearing? What the fuck is that shit? You guys see
oh,
this?
I'm on the DyrdekAnon page right
Oh,
now.
Bro, ugh, it's fucking making me wait 6 minutes before logging in again. Okay, we can fill the time by determining what is gonna go in this next post. So I think now, since this is phase two, we're kind of at the part where we can up the ante a little bit.
yeah, I think so.
So what have we got? I think the Kane Brown one could go in.
Yes, yes.
Rob, I think Rob microdosing can go in.
Yeah,
I'll be a little subtle about it. Um, I think the one about the sewage leak could go in there.
yes.
You could say, hmm, since Chanel left, the show's been struggling, and financially the budgets have been cut, and raccoons and other critters have snuck into the studio and regularly die on stage, and the stench stinks up the studio. But they don't have the funds to hire a
All they
pest
all they do
control.
all they do is hang up those little Christmas tree things that you find in stoner cars.
Or yeah, like that, or like the PAs have routinely been tasked with like trying to find raccoons or like removing raccoon carcasses from the
Yes.
studio. And
Multiple PAs are on what has become known as raccoon duty.
what else? I don't know. What else?
um, I think like the writers watching the viewer submitted videos could probably go
And the
in.
viewers doing horrible shit to themselves.
Yeah, it's like watching a
Can
snuff
we
movie.
come up mm, I think we did we not decide against the snuff movie phraseology?
Do you have a reservation about it?
Um I don't perhaps we are at a phase where we can escalate that far.
I trust you if you think not.
Um hmm. Well, what are they? I think something that may help to add clarity to that question and enrich the audience submitted video bit in general is if we were to add an example of something that one of these audience members has done. Maybe even one of the writers got dismissed from the show because they responded to a particular fan and requested that they do a certain thing, and then that fan obliged, and something
Okay.
bad. I don't know.
Okay. No, no, no. Yeah, I like the way you're thinking.
Everyone likes the way I'm thinking. No one likes the way I'm stinking.
I love the way you're stinking, brother.
Oh, thanks, man. Means a lot coming from
Hmm.
someone as stinky as you. Do you guys listen to Dave Blunts at all?
No, but you talk about him all the time.
Bro, he fucking rules.
He's uh he's gonna die soon, probably, right?
Most likely, yeah, he's a little too fond of codeine.
Oh, I was talking more about his weight, but
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah, it's not a good combination. It's like Stavros Halkias says, in your 30s, you can either be fat or do coke. You can't do both. And that, I assume, is why Stavi's doing that Stavi gets ripped thing. He wants to shed the weight so he can do coke. We've got another ridiculousness compilation here, Remarkable Recoveries,
Oh,
shall
let's
we?
check it out.
sure.
Yeah, no worries, guys. I'm just doing the menial labor without which this show could not function. No big deal.
We're all appreciative of your sacrifice, William.
Thank you. Can you say good job?
Good job, William.
Oh, fuck. All right. New sync tube link coming in hot, boys.
Who the
Slap
fuck
it
is
out
this
for you,
old
Jack.
guy? What the fuck? You
Old
seeing
guy?
this right now? Yeah,
I don't. Is the video already going for you?
yeah.
God damn you, you fucking cunt.
I'm
All
at
right, wait.
120 right now.
Ah, shit. Oh, what the fuck? Who is that?
I know.
Oh, fuck. Did you guys see the clip that was in that little segment change thing?
Yeah, was that guy getting
He just got
fucking
whacked on
pulverized
the
by a
head by a.
bulldozer?
Yeah, that's death. That's how you die.
Oh, I know who the old guy is. That's Rob's dad.
Oh, okay.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, that's Papa Deerdek.
Ridiculousness. Oh, he busted his hand from yerking it.
I
Still looks
wonder
so
what
young.
I wonder what his dad thinks about him. Do you think his dad is like, damn, I'm
Maybe
proud of my
maybe it's
son?
like a Maybe it's a trait passed down through the
Oh,
generations. Like his dad used to put on fucking VHS tapes and stand in front of the family and
Oh,
I
and
mean, his dad's got to be kind of stupid.
maybe that's how Rob's gotten so good at it. He's been practicing all these years. His dad used to play old tapes on VHS, and Rob would say, "Damn, that's crazy." And he's been practicing since he was a kid for this moment.
It actually goes back generations. They have Viking relative or ancestors who would read out epic poems and say, "Verily, that is beyond the pale."
there were cavemen drawing on cave walls pictures of people getting hit in the nuts.
Or Curly or Rusty or whatever the fuck. Um, I had a tweet back when we were in college, and I think it went underappreciated. I tweeted going up to Asian guys that I don't know and saying, "Tyler, love the new hair," just to feel something. And then at one point, I tweeted the phrase, or no, not the phrase. It was a screenshot of me Googling sadness rule 34. And I added a comment where I'm at right now. And you responded to that and you were like, you need to take your account public or something like that. Or like, why is your account on private?
I don't remember that, but that's interesting. You've been on the Rule 34 grind for years.
Yeah, I mean, there's something indispensable about it within the zeitgeist. It says something about your average man on the street and his thought process. It's adds transparency. It's the only true journalism that remains. Everything else is
I
bought and
only
paid
get my
for.
news from rule34.com. I see who's on the front page, like which public figure they've drawn getting fucked. That's
And I'm
who's in the
picking
news.
up I'm picking up vibes that there are a lot of movements on the world stage involving anthropomorphized animals and their pregnancies. Oh, or cat, Jesus Christ. What do you want? Rusty?
Rusty.
Rusty. Rusty, we gotta give you a shout out. You sent a picture into the group chat of Patrick Star embracing pregnant, smoking SpongeBob from behind. Patrick Star saying, "I love that you smoke while pregnant." Big shout out to you for that. And then a YouTube poop of I think SpongeBob fucking Mr. Krabs from behind. So good job. Good job on that.
Yeah, no problem. That's my brother. He's been on SpongeBob like brain rot Instagram for the past few days now. So he's been
You
sending me
know,
all
I
these.
was kind of confused when you sent that. So for the listener, he sent to our group chat like a deep fried SpongeBob edit, which I haven't seen since I was like 17. I was
I
I,
think
I was frankly surprised William didn't roast you for that. And since I kind of follow his lead when he didn't do it, I was like, well, I guess I shouldn't do it either. But
I think they're making like a renaissance right now. Like there's new shit coming out with like AI and stuff. There's new SpongeBob brain rot memes dropping.
I'm talking more about the deep fried filter and like the ear rape audio edit.
Well,
Like that's
there's something to be said for posterity and revival.
Yeah, we have to stick to we have to keep some traditions sacred, you know.
yeah.
Reject modernity. Embrace 8-year-old SpongeBob ear edits. Are you guys excited for the new Clips album, which is due out any moment now?
Oh shit. How long has that been? Probably like a decade, right?
I don't know about it. Let me see how long we've got until that album drips. We've also got a new JID album coming out for any lyrical, spiritual miracles out there.
Yeah, I never liked that guy.
4 days, 8 hours, 59 minutes, 47 seconds until the new Clips album comes out, and it's called Let God Sort 'Em Out. And our Rule 34 fans out there would appreciate they had a album trailer, and in that trailer, they've got a whole bunch of clips from various sources, all fucking spliced together or whatever the fuck. And the final one was a fucking excerpt from The Simpsons where Bart and Marge are on the couch, and Marge says, "Shoot them all and let God sort them out." And apparently that's where they got the title for the album. I don't know.
Their next album, it's going to be called Ned Flanders fucking Homer Simpson in the ass while he vomits cum in Patty and Selma's faces.
They're redefining the genre with that. Boys, I think we all know what time it is.
Did you see that the name of this segment is Suck and Luck?
Suck and luck?
No. I said,
That's crazy.
oh, I got in the Reddit account. Hell yeah.
Too late. We're looking at Rule 34.
Okay, after the Rule 34. But no, I said that William and I are but much like Click and Clack of Car Talk, we're fucking suck. So that's kind of our thing during this segment. Yeah.
I'm gonna search posterity on Rule 34. Nothing.
Posterity.
Chivalry. Chivalry is not dead. We've got some Rule 34 tagged with it.
We
What
have
is? Oh my God, this is a wall of text.
And it's really not that explicitly sexual. It's kind of romantic.
no, it is chivalrous. I'll give them that.
Yeah.
Should we go support this guy's Patreon?
No.
It's two dogs.
I'm gonna
Two
look up
anthropomorphic dogs
Weimar.
fucking
Is that how you spell Weimar?
for the listener. No,
No.
it's a W.
Really?
Yeah, because it's German.
Fair enough. And do you know if it's IE or EI? We've tried both now.
I think IE, but I can't
No results.
promise that.
I'm searching Kanye. What the fuck?
That's definitely not
What
Kanye.
the fuck? I mean, these days, how can you tell?
Let's see the comments.
For
That's
the
a-
listener, it's a Pokemon performing self-fellatio and farting a cloud of brown fart stink. Keep farting in my face, says one viewer. Is that a fucking baby? Says another. And then no,
What?
you can't be on my mama album
What the
because I assume
fuck?
it's tagged with Kanye.
Oh,
That's
This
pretty
is
funny.
marijuana-induced psychosis.
There we go. Marijuana. What do we got for marijuana?
probably a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
It's a
Nothing
lot
that
of
interesting.
like hot girls smoking weed.
This is a chameleon sucking its own dick with its very long tongue, touching its nipple and smoking some ganja. Its
Bro,
tongue
that
has slithered into its foreskin. Interesting.
Dude, 10 out of 10 points for creativity there. That's beautiful.
that might be the best thing we've ever seen on this website. I
And
want
with
that.
that, we're searching
framed.
beauty. It's kind of a bunch of predictable bullshit, just glistening breasts. This is uninteresting to me. I was thinking more of like the very concept of beauty, that which is beauty in and of itself, you know. Oh, we've got Marceline from Adventure Time, close up of her pink and stink, so to speak, although it's more of a purple. We've already tried for Rob Dyrdek, I think. Fox News.
Fox News.
Oh, this is interesting. Guy from Zootopia sticking his butt and balls through. Fox loses his pants while stuck in donut is the headline. Come on, guys. What's a good thing to search?
Well, you did Fox News.
Privilege.
Do CNN.
Oh, true. First, I'm searching Zeitgeist. It looks like there's just the sexualized Fox character whose name is Zeitgeist from the results. CNN.
We need to be
then we gotta
intellectually
do-
curious. We need to be intellectually curious. Jerk off to both points of view.
What is this? This is disturbing. This looks like a fucking Death Grips album cover. Is that the
Oh,
girl
It
from The Ring?
does.
So it's the girl from The Ring, and she's levitating. And she's
I think she's
naked.
clinging. She's clinging to a screen that's hanging from an actual
Oh.
ceiling from a real photograph, which is displaying Wolf Blitzer on CNN, and she's got huge tits and huge ass, and she's naked, and she's like afraid of falling. And the comments say, "She trying to escape the back rooms. Hey, I don't think you can make it back through that TV, miss. Want me to catch you? You're really high up. How are you an ambiguous hoe? How would that work? I would help her by getting something soft on which she could land. Nothing lewd. I would just help her. That's awesome. The fact that she's dead doesn't change the fact that it would still hurt to get impaled on whatever that is. Oh, no, that person is misreading the physics here. That is a beam holding up the ceiling several yards away from where she would drop. She's not going to get impaled on anything.
What
Don't
do
worry.
people get out of this? Like what do people get by commenting on this? I
I
don't
don't know.
understand.
You gotta to frequent this website, you've gotta really be just pathologically desensitized to anything even resembling a functioning, wholesome human being. And we're getting there, guys. We're getting there.
That's Wolf Blitzer jerking off to a news anchor, and he's in something called the Ion Room. I don't know what that means.
Maybe that's Ion is just the Situation Room, I think.
Oh
And
yeah,
it's just
okay.
cut off. Um,
Good
Wow,
job,
dude,
William.
you're fucking
JD
great at this.
JD Vance. What do we got? Yeah, I'm a Rule
Oh,
34 savant. SAVANT.
What
No,
does this have to do with Savant?
I don't
Savant
know.
is a
This is cool though. This is this the witch girls from that one Scooby-Doo episode?
oh, dude. Come on. First of all, Hex Girls.
Heck, whatever the fuck.
Second of all, no, not at
It's
all. Not
not?
even close. No.
Oh, that's Rogue from X-Men. That's what's throwing me off that one. I mean, whatever it is pretty cool. For the listener,
Well,
it's a caveman motif and a lot of cool butts and boobs. No comments from the Rule
how
34
dare you
public.
try
disrespect
do
the Hex
look up
girls like that?
democracy.
Democracy. Um, yeah, nothing that cool. Can't lie.
Damn, democracy dies in darkness.
Democracy dies in big dark. Anyway, um, anyway, what is this? This
What
this
is
is
that? Yeah.
What does
too
it say?
specific.
Is that
It's
the
not.
EU logo or the
No,
UN logo?
it's
That's
just
what I thought.
something dumb from some dumb nerd shit. Anyway, Rule 34 time over. Austin, what do we got? What do we got
Okay,
here?
yeah, yeah, let's go. By the way, I just realized have not eaten all day. Anyway, just
Boop,
wanted to
boop,
throw that out
boop.
there, flex on y'all really quick. So
Austin,
top,
Is
for the
that a
listener, if
flex?
you're yeah, if you're jumping through episodes and this isn't something you're listening to as it's being released, Austin is at this point in the show still in his anorexia arc.
it's really admirable, honestly. Uh,
Yeah, in your unbiased opinion, it's super admirable, heroic, and
Way to
cool.
pat yourself on the back.
okay, here's what I
He
so
can't pat
title.
himself on the back. He would cut himself on his nearly exposed vertebrae. Sorry. I'm sorry. You,
Any
you're gonna make the title.
yeah, the title I think part two colon. I worked as a production intern on the show for the past 3 seasons.
Maybe just part two, something along the lines of they're catching on. Or like I think people might, I don't know.
I I kind of want to.
I think part two's fine. It's just more standard like Reddit.
We do need to introduce some conflict at some point, but I think we
Hmm.
could tease it out a bit longer before we get
Okay.
there.
Yeah. Okay.
So I'm gonna do part two because yeah, I do kind of think of that as just like basic Reddit speak. So
Maybe you
Also,
could make some reference.
I thought the premise was that he had already left the internship.
No,
no,
he
the
was going
premise
too
was
soon.
yeah, I'm on the way out.
Okay.
Maybe Austin, you could address the time that's elapsed between the first post and this one by saying, haven't even gotten a chance to. I'm so overworked or something like that.
Production kicked into overdrive recently.
I've been on raccoon duty.
Production kicked into overdrive recently, and we've all been overworked. It looks like Goldman Sachs over here. I'm not gonna
Looks
say
like
that.
it looks like whoa, guys, look at the fucking screen right now.
What?
Wait, wait.
Steel looks like a
Here we
clown.
go. Look at um they're really holding out on us. And oh no. We can't. We have to go back. You guys have to see. Not that. Not that. Wait for it. Here we go. Here we go. And here we go. Wait, wait, wait.
Man, you're
It'll be
really
worth it.
hyping this up.
You're gonna be glad that I did. Ready? Boom, shot in the
Whoa,
lock.
what the
Yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
Yo,
What I
how do
don't.
we
That's
even describe this for the listener?
You can
She's
describe it like this. The top is such that you can't tell if it's just the hair covering up the bazoinkers.
yeah, I mean, she is practically naked, folks.
Yeah, it's really cool. Anyway,
Okay. So hi all, it's me again. Sorry, I haven't been able to update you all this past week. Production kicked into overdrive recently, and we've all been. I'm gonna throw in hella overworked because I kind of need to dumb myself down, get on their level, speak their language.
there
We've
you
all
go.
been hella
you
overworked.
could throw something in about thanks for all the love.
Okay, yeah. Thanks. Thanks for all the love on my last post.
Oh, did I tell you
Oh,
guys
and
the
then I'll
nature of
say
the
so
job that I got?
far.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm gonna be working for an answering service, 3 graveyard shifts and 2 evening shifts.
For real?
Yes.
Like a call center?
Yes, remote work, but
Dude, I worked at a call center. It was fucking hell.
yeah, it's not gonna be awesome. It's mostly
No,
gonna be the downtime version of hell though, which is not that bad.
yeah. Well, that's
Wait,
nice. That's
you're
nice that it's
working.
remote.
Yeah.
You're working nights and days.
No, graveyard and evening are
Oh,
the
oh,
shifts. Graveyard, 2 evening.
That sucks in
I mean,
itself. But dude, when I worked at the call center, we had to smile while we were on the phone with people, and there was a sign hanging up in the room that said "Smile while you dial."
yikes.
damn, dude.
And the supervisor was like, "No, trust me. Like they can tell on the other end whether or not you're smiling."
That's like
That's
fucking
nightmarish.
dystopian as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll start with there is a
Oh, the
certain
psychedelics? Oh, sorry.
there is a certain executive producer on the show. First initial M is all I can share. Who is truly one of the most heinous people I have ever worked with. I feel like that's very general and believable,
What's
right?
the what's the follow-up? What is M doing?
There is no follow up. I just feel like that's a good one to start with. I mean, okay, when I wrote it, I was gonna say they did they did really horrible things to my sister, but I feel like that's a little
Jesus Christ.
that's a bit much. So
Yeah, and why would that person still be working at the show? They did really horrible things to my sister. That's diabolical.
yeah, so I'm just gonna do, and also how would this person's sister be like on the set? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's awful. It's great, but
But
it's terrible.
do you agree? Like that's just to start. Like I feel like that keeps it kind of mundane. I feel like some level of that
Yeah,
is
no, and
cool.
it's also believable like journaling.
Right. Okay. So there's a certain executive producer on the show. First initial M is all I can share. Who's truly one of the most heinous people I have ever worked with.
Yeah.
Could people not backtrack that though, like pretty easily to figure out A, that person doesn't exist, or
Oh
B,
no, they exist. I did base that off of a real executive producer on the show.
okay.
I did my research. Let's just hope this person we don't fucking tank their career or something. What if they actually are a monster and we inadvertently bring them to justice? Okay, so we can follow that up with okay.
And did we come up with anything for fucking the one of the writers like requesting something of one of the viewers sending in videos and they did it in some strife?
No, we
Oh
didn't we
yeah.
didn't come up with one. Let's
You could say someone ate a dead bat or a live bat.
Oh my goodness.
I don't
a
know. What
live
else?
a live animal. Yeah, that I like the gruesomeness that adds to it.
What's a believable live animal to have been eaten though? A bat, really?
A small possum?
We could do frog. Frog's believable.
Okay. Despite the warning at the beginning of each episode, viewers submit their own videos all the time. The writers actually watch most of them. during their downtime. Sometimes I get to take a peek when I'm refilling the water cooler or something, and these people do really horrible things to themselves in an effort to get Rob's attention. One of the writers, one of the writers was let go because
How about received a video of somebody eating a cricket and encouraged that viewer to send in a video of them eating a frog, and they did, and the writer was let go as a result.
one of the writers received a video of somebody eating a cricket.
Um,
Oh,
what
maybe
about
some comment along the lines of like not able to confirm whether they received video of the frog, like that viewer eating the frog.
Okay,
yeah.
okay, yeah. I don't know if the viewer did it,
I think that's excellent. I think that's
but
excellent.
that writer was let go after some urging from the rest of staff. What's next? I guess I'll do the micro dosing.
Yes.
That'd be good. Another one I just thought of. What if we said Rob is looking to end the show in the coming years, and he's using the funds he's accumulated to purchase a minority interest in an African gold mine?
Okay, yeah, fuck it.
I thought you were gonna say something about him being a prepper.
Oh, that's a good idea too.
Like he's buying a houseboat, which he calls Rob's Ark or something like that.
Rob's
Rob's
art.
arc.
Um, fucking, I probably gotta hop off in the next 7 minutes, just so you guys know.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I need to go too.
The African gold mine, should I do that here or save it?
No,
That's a later thing.
Okay.
yeah, probably later,
So
right?
so I'll say I can't confirm this, but I've heard rumors that Rob has been experimenting with microdosing psychs before the show. If
It's so good.
if this is true at all, I think he might be overdoing it because if you pay attention to recent episodes, his eyes are dilated and appear to be wandering around the set.
Yes. We're doing something good here.
All right, I
Um,
added one more to the Google Doc. I just said production is trying to experiment with different looks for Stilo to garner viewership from different demographics. What would be the funniest look for them to try to make Stilo do?
They're trying to lure in middle-aged Filipinos. And so they're working in I don't know, foliage native to the region, something I don't know.
Maybe
No, that's not funny. Something else.
or yeah, they're trying to appeal to like the Italian American demographic, and they're having him wear tracksuits.
Those episodes haven't come out yet. They haven't gotten approval. They're strategizing the release of that.
there's a it's been given to the fucking sensitivity board.
It's still in focus groups.
I'm gonna do the Kane Brown thing next, and maybe do you think it would be realistic if I said a certain country music star and 2022 VMA nominee?
Yes, I like that.
Okay.
I like that.
Let me make sure that's the year he was nominated.
That's really good. All
2022.
right, I gotta go. Your sister just called me for some reason, Austin, so I'm gonna see what's going on there. She doesn't usually
Oh, he
call
said
me.
your sister called you.
William, stay on mic while I finish this, if you don't mind.
Okay, that sounded really sexual.
All right, I'll leave you two be.
Okay, see ya.
Yep.
A certain country music star and 2022 VMA nominee. A certain male country music star, gotta emphasize that. A certain male country music star and
Yes, right.
2022 VMA nominee asked for one of my male co-workers' phone numbers behind the scenes when he guest starred. Don't
I wonder how Reddit's gonna take that. Reddit might be like, maybe something about something in there about like a certain male publicly heterosexual, something like that.
Maybe I'll say my
A certain
coworker,
maybe a certain male, something about like in a committed relationship with a woman publicly,
a
straight,
certain
and yeah.
a certain married male country music star and 2022 VMA
Yes, there you
nominee
go. There
asked
you
for
go.
one of my male coworkers' phone numbers behind the scenes when he guest starred. My coworker never told me what happened with that. How about the sewage leak? We still feel good about that one.
Yes,
Okay,
that's
that one.
really quite believable now that I've like seen that the frequency with which sewage problems happen. That really could happen.
That one reads just to make sure it looks okay. Hollywood Center Studios had a sewage leak that production refused to fix for months on end. Rob and the other hosts wore face masks whenever they were on set, except for when the cameras were rolling, of course. But the crew was prohibited from doing the same for some reason. If you pay attention to certain episodes in season 42, I'm pretty sure you can see Rob wince and gag from the smell when he thinks the cameras are off him.
That's
let me
awesome.
make let me
Yes.
make sure of something really quick because last post I said I was an intern on the past 3 seasons. So let me make sure season
Um,
42 falls within that
yeah, it's got
range.
to be a number within the last three.
Uh
Well, no,
oh
I
it,
mean, this
it
could just be information that you became privy to, and then you were watching previous episodes.
that's true. In any case, I think it does fall in the time
And
frame. So
and somebody finding holes in your story, that's interaction. We want that.
yeah, you've got a good point. Damn, you could usurp Rusty as the podcast consultant if you keep up with this. And we said we were gonna do one more. Which one was it?
Didn't have anything to do with Rob's impending retirement or conversion.
Should I do the one about
There was one that I had
Chanel
suggested
being
about.
secretly really intelligent, or is that a later one?
Um, I was gonna suggest we do something like not quite confirming that, but you get the vibes, or like you'd seen a few things. But I think we've done a few too many of those already this time around,
Well,
like
I could do
stuff
I
that you're
could do,
not
you
quite sure
know, I
about.
was I was able to interact with Chanel a little bit before she left. She always played dumb when the cameras were rolling, but behind the scenes I got the impression that she
You
was
know,
a
you
very
can do that, and you can make it as a response to some of those comments from the first post where they were like, "I can't watch that show because I."
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And I might actually move that to the top so that's like the first thing people read.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Reading through some of your replies. Yeah. Something like that.
Okay.
And
I was
something maybe something like I wanted to respond to this and remind you not to believe everything you see on TV or something like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanted to respond to this and remind you to not believe everything you see on TV. I was able to
That's
interact
awesome.
with
Bro, you're speaking the
Chanel.
Redditor's language right there with that one.
I was able to interact with Chanel a bit before she left. And though she always played dumb when the cameras were rolling, uh, she seemed like one of the smartest, most incisive people I've ever met behind the scenes. All right, let's
Yes.
let's read the whole thing. So, title Part 2. I worked as a production intern on the show for the past 3 seasons. Hi all, it's me again. Sorry I haven't been able to update you all this past week. Production kicked into overdrive recently, and we've all been hella overworked. Thanks for all the thanks for all the love on my last post. I'm glad this is all worth it. Um, so far, no indication that the MTV execs know I've been doing this. Anyway, below are some more nuggets from behind the scenes. I was reading some of the replies on my last post and I noticed some people talking poorly about Chanel. I wanted to respond to this and remind you to not believe everything you see on TV. I was able to interact with Chanel a bit before she left, and though she always played dumb when the cameras were rolling, she seemed like one of the smartest, most incisive people I've ever met behind the scenes. I couldn't even begin to comprehend some of the books she would read between takes. Truly a beautiful mind. There is a certain executive producer on the show, first initial M is all I can share, who is truly one of the most heinous people I have ever worked with. Despite the despite the warning at the beginning of each episode, viewers submit their own videos all the time. The writers actually watch most of them during their downtime. Sometimes I get to take a peek when I'm refilling the water cooler or something, and these people do really horrible things to themselves in an effort to get Rob's attention. One of the writers received a video of somebody eating a cricket and replied, encouraging them to send another video of themselves eating a frog. I don't know if the viewer did it, but that writer was let go after some urging from the rest of staff. Uh, I can't confirm this, but I've heard rumors that Rob has been experimenting with microdosing Sykes before the show. If this is true at all, I think he might be overdoing it because if you pay attention to recent episodes, his eyes appear dilated and seem to be wandering around the set. His eyes appear dilated and his eyes appear dilated and seem to be wandering around the set. A certain married male country music star and 2022 VMA nominee asked for one of my male coworkers' phone numbers behind the scenes when he guest starred. My coworker never told me what happened with that.
Fucking awesome.
And then lastly, Hollywood Center Studios had a sewage leak that production refused to fix for months on end. Robin, I just read that one. So,
Yeah.
all right. Should I
Any
post?
any sort of sign off or no?
No, I don't.
Okay.
Last time
Yeah.
I didn't do
The
that.
the introduction achieves that same effect. Yeah, I'd say send it.
All right, here we go. Go hit that with an upvote if
Hell
you can.
yes. So goddamn funny, dude.
Yeah, this is awesome.
All right. I got to get out of here.
Okay, thanks for joining me.
No, thank you. All right. Bye for now.
See ya.